Welcome. My name is Kaylee, and I'm here to help you with this MedMath problem. MedMath is one of my favorite things to teach, and I use dimensional analysis. So there are two different ways to do dimensional analysis. You might see this done just a little bit differently. As we look at this question, we see that dopamine has been ordered. So we see that this is the doctor's order right here, and that's always really important. We have the patient's weight. And we have a supply. And so a lot of times I will box these because our supply can always be used in as a fraction. And we can put 500 on the top, 500 milligrams, and 250 mils on the bottom, or we can switch them upside down depending on what we need. And this question is asking for what rate. I like it better when those questions ask for the specific rate. So we're actually looking for mils per hour. That's what we put in on a pump. And if you have lessons with me, I have a whole bunch of guidelines, 3 to be precise, about how we start this dimensional analysis. With this type of problem, we're going to use my guideline 3, which just says, hey, we're going to start with the doctor's order over 1 or the patient's weight over 1. And we see this doctor's order is actually patient weight based. And that's our clue that we're going to start with the patient weight first. So we've got our patient weight in kilograms, which is super nice. That's already in kilograms. If it wasn't already in kilograms, we would get it into kilograms. All right, so we've got it into kilograms. We put that over 1. In dimensional analysis, I call this the automatic 3 next actions. We multiply, line, that's 1, 2, and our third action is to get the unit we don't want and put it in the opposite part of the fraction here, because kilograms over kilograms is going to be 1. All right, so we're all set to figure out what we're going to use next in this next conversion fraction. And as you look, we've already used this in the problem. We've got kilograms in here, so we might be using that next. And are there kilograms in here? No. So we know we're using this one next. That's why I like this automatic 3 actions, because it tells us what to do next. So we're going to put 2.5 micrograms per kilogram per minute. We have to use all of those together. We want to keep them all together. They're kind of married. They're going to stay together. If we have 3 units, we put 1 up top and the last 2 in the bottom. All right, so you see kilograms cancels. We could put a 1 here if we want. All right, what we do next, we're trying to get to mils per hour, right? So sometimes I put that off to the right. That's our goal. That's what we're trying to get to. And we know we're done once we get to those units. So I like to deal with time first because it's really easy, right? We want to get rid of minutes. We want hours. So we multiply line. We're putting minutes up top because we want to be able to cancel them out. So we're just putting it on the opposite side of the fraction line. And we're trying to get to hours. So we get 60 minutes in 1 hour. You'll notice these conversion fractions are either labels, like or the doctor's order, like this. They're going to be a label, or there'll be a memorization fact. So that's how you know what's in a fraction. When it's a memorization fact, these need to equal each other. So 60 minutes equals 1 hour. All right, we got rid of our minutes. All right, I like to circle what we get when we get something that we want. I circle it just to say, hey, don't mess with that anymore. We still have micrograms though, don't we? We need milliliters. So we're going to do our automatic 3 since we know we don't want this. We do multiply, line, micrograms. And as I look up here, we've already used this, right? That's gone. The only thing left we haven't used in this problem is this, which can be written as a fraction like this. And unfortunately, we have milligrams instead of micrograms. That is a signal to us that we need to get to milligrams so we can use this fraction in the next fraction. So this is another memorization fact. So we know we need to get to milligrams. And then if you have questions about how to deal with this metric system, I love teaching people this. We know that these circled next door neighbors are related to each other by 1,000, and these guys down low are smaller. These are bigger. So we know in every next door neighbor, there are 1,000 of the small guys and 1 of the bigger guys. Okay. So we're going from micrograms to milligrams. So we know there are 1,000 micrograms in 1 milligram. Or another way I like to think about it is, hey, which of these is bigger? The milligrams is bigger. So we need 1,000 of the micrograms, and I'm going to run out of time. Boom, boom. And then we use this fraction. So we've got milligrams on the bottom, milliliters up top, 250, 500, and we'll see if this lets me submit this to you. And then we're going to multiply everything on top, get a number, everything on bottom, get another number, and then we'll divide these two to get our final answer.